Hi, my name is Rachel Ila. I am the Knowledge Management Advisor for the UK Foreign Commonwealth and Development Office funded program, Partnership to Engage, Reform and Learn, or PEARL for short. I will give you a brief overview of this e-learning course. The training course will be split into 10 modules. Each module will have several videos. To begin with, Module 2 will provide an overview of the guide, which is titled The Guide to Enhance Citizens' Understanding of Fiscal Issues and Publications by State Governments. However, this is a fairly long title, so we will refer to it as the Citizens Guide. Module 2 will run through the chapters of the Citizens Guide to explain what each one contains. For those of you who don't already have the guide, we will provide a link to it at the end of this video. We will then present an overview of the Public Financial Management Cycle, or PFM for short, in Module 3, which is often referred to as a budget cycle. In this module, we will look at the key stakeholders in the PFM cycle and identify the roles non-state actors and more broadly citizens play. We will also look at the role of other key players, the legislature, that is, the State House of Assembly, and the executive, comprising key PFM oversight agencies, for example, the Ministry of Finance, the Ministry of Planning and Budget, the Auditor General, and the Revenue Authority. Finally, we will look at the role of external stakeholders. Module 4 takes an in-depth look at the role of citizens, and more broadly non-state actors, in each of the main stages of the PFM cycle. Specifically, in planning and budgeting, budget execution, accounting and reporting, and external scrutiny and audit. We will also identify some of the key tools and mechanisms for citizens and other non-state actors' engagement in the PFM cycle. In Module 5, we will introduce some of the important PFM concepts that provide the foundation for understanding several key PFM publications. This will include some technical topics, but we will aim to simplify them as much as possible. We will look at the National Chart of Accounts, which is the coding that is applied to budgets and reporting of revenues and expenditures. We will then introduce key concepts related to fiscal performance analysis and fiscal forecasting. Another pertinent area is value for money, which helps ensure every naira of government expenditure provides the highest possible benefit to citizens. We will look at two methods that governments use in reporting their revenues and expenditure, specifically cash basis and accrual basis, and provide examples of how they differ. Finally, in Module 5, we will look at some of the modern budgeting techniques being applied in Nigeria and globally. Then we will look at 4 key publications that states produce throughout the PFM cycle. These are the Medium-Term Expenditure Framework, the Citizens Budget, the Budget Performance Reports, and the Citizens Accountability Report. In all of these, which each form a module and comprise modules 6 to 9, we will take a comprehensive look at what the publications relate to, the information it contains, and how non-state actors should interpret this information and use it as part of their engagement with government. In the 10th and penultimate module, we'll examine the public procurement process, whereby the government acquires goods and services from the private sector. We will look at what information should be made available to the public and how non-state actors can use this information to help ensure government expenditure and, more importantly, your taxes are put to best use. In the final module, jointly with some state government partners, we will offer some practical insights into how governments and citizens have engaged to ensure government expenditure is better used to serve the needs of citizens, and how citizens have held governments accountable. Each module ends with a self-assessment to test your understanding of the topics covered. The tests help to ensure you get the most out of the course, so listen attentively and take detailed notes. Good luck, and we hope you find this course interesting and instructing. So, let's get started with the first module.